Hello and welcome to the Glorious Marriage radio program. We're Johnny and Lori Thomason, and we are going to be with you for these next several minutes going over some things to help you and your spouse to have a glorious marriage.
Man, we sure hope so. That's our prayer, that we help you with biblical counsel. That's what our prayer is. That way you two shall become one flesh and have a glorious marriage. It's just being fruitful and multiplying. Do you realize, Lori, that you can be fruitful and multiply even after childbearing years
Well, sure.
in your marriage?
Yes.
You know, God will get the glory for our marriage and the testimony, the things that we've gone through in marriage all these years.
Mm-hmm.
But we can still continue to be fruitful. Now in Genesis, he says to the husband and wife, he says to Adam and Eve, be fruitful and multiply. And he meant fill the earth with Christian people or disciples or, children.
Offspring, yes.
Offspring.
Yes.
And, once a person gets to a certain age, that's just not happening anymore.
Right.
But you can still be fruitful in your ministry. You can still be fruitful in your marriage.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Well, you live it out.
Yeah.
You still,
Yeah.
you
Duplicate yourself into others. Yeah.
Yeah, you still love your wife, husbands. You wives still are your husband's cheerleaders, and you're cheering him on, and you're his best. Attaboy, you can do it. You can do it. You're following
Support,
your husband,
yeah,
helping him, being a help me,
Yeah.
respecting and honor, and just loving each other.
That's right.
You can still be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
And that's the deal. If you're following Jesus and you've trained your children up and they're now young adults, well, a lot of us have grandchildren. And a lot of you listening have great-grandchildren. And we're still being fruitful and multiplying. We're still encouraging those to follow the Lord. But we're not being preachy about it. We're just doing it. We're living it.
Yeah.
So when you live it, they see you.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, this goes on like when Lori and I were young adult parents, our daughters would mirror us. They would say what we said. They would do what they wanted. I have a grandson right now, and a granddaughter and a grandson. Both of them are 2-3 years old. They want to do everything you do.
Yeah.
So my youngest little grandson, not the youngest, because he's just
A month old.
a month old. But
Yeah.
my next to my youngest grandson, he wants to do everything I do. If I put on a pair of work gloves, he wants to put on a pair
That's
of work
right.
gloves.
Yeah.
If I take my shirt off outside working, he takes his shirt off outside working.
That's right.
If I wear short pants, he wants short pants. That's just what they do. Whatever it is. If I'm drinking an ice cold
Sparkling water.
sparkling water, he wants an ice cold sparkling water.
Yeah.
And I say that because I know these things, and what we're saying now, if you're going to continue to be fruitful and multiply, moms and dads with children, your kids are watching you.
They are.
Everything you're doing at home,
Yeah.
everything you say, the way you treat your wife's dads, the way you moms are treating your husbands, they are watching everything.
Yeah. And we've got to be careful that we're not sending mixed signals, that they're being taught one thing at Sunday school, and then it's a different set of rules at home or whatever. That sends a mixed signal to kiddos if it's not
And we're
lining
talking
up with the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
So
we're encouraging moms and
Yeah.
dads be the same. If
Yeah.
you are going to take your children to church, and you you should also at home, you are responsible for teaching them the word.
Yeah.
You're responsible for being that disciple, being that Christian,
Yeah.
being that trained up one. And we know today that there's a lot of broken families. We
Yeah.
understand that kids are going with their dad sometimes, and kids are staying with their mother sometimes. And we also have encountered that they have two different parenting types. And so how do you deal with that with children? Well, you confront the children. You do the best you can with your spouse. You don't trash them in front of your kids. You don't talk negative. So instead of saying, well, and the kids will do this, they'll say, well, we don't have to do that at daddy's house, or we don't have to do that at mom's house. And you just confront the kid. You said, well, you're at my house, and this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But you have to model it out there.
Yeah.
And that's a tough situation, and we're running into this more and more and more, especially we're Christians. We want to do the right thing. We're trying to do the best we can. But what you do with your children, is you say, okay, at our home here, this is the rules and this is what you're going to do. You lay it out. You lay it out and you follow through with it. And follow through is very, very important. If you're going to reward a child for good behavior, you better reward that child for good behavior. Same thing with bad behavior. Lay the rules out, and this is at both parents' house. If you're at dad's house or at your mom's house, lay the rules out. This is the rules, and this is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then if they don't follow through, then it's your responsibility at your house when they're in your possession to like I said, live it out, discipline them, but also love them and pray with them.
Yeah.
That's proper discipline. Proper discipline is a swat or two on the behind with a paddle, but there has to be good explanation. They have to understand that they've earned this.
Yeah.
They have to understand that it's biblical and they need to be taught scripture. And they also need to understand after it's over, and you don't do this in anger. And I know a lot of times children push buttons. I know that. I still have grandkids and I'm around them quite a bit. And sometimes they like to try to push granddad's buttons. I understand this. I'm on your side, parent. I know they can push your buttons, but you have to discipline yourself, reel yourself in. Don't allow that to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
You deliver the couple of swats they're going to get, and then you don't allow, you let them cry a little bit, but you don't let them get carried away. And then you talk to them and you say, okay, you earn these swats because I ask you to do this and you refuse to do so. You will not exert your will over my will.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to be. So the next time I ask you, you will do this the first time. And I know it's tough, but I had a blonde-headed little girl at church for years ago, that I would take her out of church on the front porch, deliver swats, love her, pray with her, take her back into that church. I don't know how many times we've done that. But she turned out to be one of the sweetest little girls and one of the most behaved, disciplined, respectful, and to this day she's a grown woman. She's 31 years old and she's got her own children, but she still says yes sir to me, and she still respects me.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I'm not telling you something I read in a book, which I have read in a book, and I have studied this, and I do study this, but I've done it by experience.
But you've seen it in action. Yeah.
So you love that child and you continue to be their cheerleader.
Yeah.
You continue to cheer them on and catch them being good. And I know a lot of times, and we're talking about Katie. You know, everybody knows Katie. You know, she was a co-host with us for years here. She comes on the radio with us when she can. And I just want to encourage you parents to discipline your children, even if you have a split home, even if you have children that have to go to the opposite, and maybe they're not the parent you are. Let's not argue about it. Let's not do that. But when they're at my house, this is my standard. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah. Do the best with the time that you have.
And you have to have follow through, because if you don't enforce the rules, if you lay your rules out and you don't enforce them, they're worthless.
Yeah.
And
kids pick up on that quick.
Yeah, let's talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes back to, you know, in the Bible where it says, "Let your yes be yes and your no be no."
Yes, absolutely.
We have to, if we say we're going to do something, there has to be, like you said, follow through. Because if you don't, your words become empty, and they'll pick up real quick. Oh, they're just saying that. They don't really mean it. I can still do whatever I want, and I'm still going to get whatever I want, because the last time they said that was going to be the last time, but it wasn't the last time. They let me do it again and again and again, you know, and before long, you don't carry any weight with them.
There's no weight with
There's
your
no,
and
there's no respect. There's no honor.
Right.
You've lost your respect.
Lost it.
You've lost your honor.
Yes.
And they're going to run rogue with whatever they want to do.
And that's why I'll encourage parents to ask them, give the command, give the expectation, and when they don't do what you tell them to do, you address it immediately. There's two things there. You are teaching them to hear from God. Okay? So and what I mean is this, if they can hear from you and be obedient to you, when they hear from God, they'll be obedient to God.
Yeah.
So this is a twofold deal. You're teaching your children how to be obedient.
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching them obedience is key because the blessing will be there too.
Yeah.
The respect that there's blessing, but also your sanity, your to keep you in track, to keep you in line, to keep your nerves, to keep your calm. If you just deal with it at first, up front, do what you're told when you're told, first command, and
Yeah.
don't give them any slack. Do not give them any slack at all. Don't count. That counting, that is ridiculous because children take it. And all it does, Lori, is it frustrates the parent. The parent gets frustrated. If you can get this and catch this in the first 3 to 5 years of the first 5 years of their life,
Yeah.
if they can obey you and understand easy commands, pick your shoes up, turn the light off, go brush your teeth,
Yeah.
all of these little bitty things.
And sometimes they have to be, you have to show them. They're still in
They're
training.
training.
You know, you can't just throw in my mind, when I say go clean your room, I know what I want that to look like, but maybe for a toddler, they don't know what go clean your room looks like.
Right.
They put up one thing and think they're done.
Right.
You know, I cleaned. Well, what is our expectation? We have to, and sometimes that means stop what I'm doing. I
And
have to
teach
go
them and
in there
show 'em.
and show them.
Right.
This is the toys. These are the toys. They go in the toy box. This is this item. These are the books. They go on the bookshelf. I want them like this. You know.
That's proper training, and that's when you don't accept it but one time. Let me back up. I said after they're trained. Thank you for correcting me on that. Thank you. It wasn't a correction, it was just adding more to it. It is up to the parent to show the child.
Yeah.
Go put your shoes up. You may have to coach them, physically go show them, pick your shoes up and put them here. So the next time Dad asks you to put your shoes up, this is what we do, okay?
Yeah.
Do you understand? And then that's the way you do it. So the next time you say, go put your shoes up.
Where they belong.
And yeah, and then you may even
because
want
you're
to
going to
ask.
have that literal kid that's going to
Sure.
pick them and go, now
Right.
what? You
Yeah.
know, and I'm lifting my
Right.
hands.
And so this is common sense. This is
Yeah.
good stuff. And we're just encouraging parents to do these things. And we know that it's not popular.
You've got to know how. You've got to know how your children, because there are some that are very literal,
Right.
and then there's some that aren't. You know, I mean, they get what you're saying, but there are some that they are very literal. So you have to be very careful with the wording. You know,
Exactly,
and be exactly say it exactly the way that
Yeah.
you want it, and don't leave these little, I say, loosey-goosey, you know, interpretations, because kids are looking for the loophole, you know.
Oh, they'll find it every
and
time.
they'll find it every time.
It's
Well,
like,
you know, you
oh.
didn't tell me to do,
Yeah.
you know, and, well, you didn't say to do it this
Right.
way. you
Now
know,
we're talking
so.
about being fruitful and multiplying.
Mhm.
And so if you're gonna, you have to keep yourself neat and tidy. You have to keep your vehicles neat and tidy, your homes as good as you can. I understand,
Don't
I promise.
expect more from your children
Right.
that you're not willing
Right.
to model for
Yeah.
them. So.
And we understand with small children,
Yeah.
it is very difficult to keep a clean,
Sure.
tidy vehicle, a clean, tidy car. But I'm saying once we get through the little stages, and once
Yeah.
we get a little bit older and a
But
little
they
bit
can
more
start
mature,
being trained.
then we can be. And it's all training. Lori nailed it a while
Yeah.
ago. It's training. You have to teach them, you have to show them, and do it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And this is child training. Remember, the Bible says, in the train up,
Train them up in the way
they should go.
That's
There
right.
you go. All right. Well, we're looking over at the time, and it looks like we're out of time. And I'm just wanting to get more in, but that's it. So we're gonna throw another log on the fire.
Okay.